It's a very busy little piece of silver. I think saying his prayers.
What have you got, Charlie?
It's quite fascinating because it's silver and silver gilt, with marks on the rim here, but also I've just spotted two marks here, N, and I think it's an R or an S. And the scene's fascinating because you have an angel here with wings, someone paying some tribute here, and then coming round, it's a village scene, someone bathing in the water and tending the sheep, and then further round, someone in a turban, what looks like a turban here.
There's an awful lot going on here, isn't there?
It's a very busy little piece of silver. I think saying his prayers.
Right.
So,
can I come round then? Can you just spin it round while you talk about it?
So, it's continental of some sort. Now, I'd have to do a little bit of research because the turban's throwing me a little bit. I was just going to say it's continental, which is what I thought it was, but I think it's got something more about it, and there's just something interesting about this.
So you think you're going further east?
I do, mainly because of the turban.
Yeah.
So is it Turkish? The marks aren't correct for a piece of Turkish silver.
Could it be Indian?
No, I don't think so, David. Look at the sheep here. And would they have an angel here with wings?
No, probably not. Unless it was made for the British market in India.
Yes, it could be. It doesn't feel Indian to me.
Who owns it?
I'm a bit quite fascinated by it.
Shall we go and ask the owner?
Yeah, why not, David?
Do you know, we should have done that in the beginning, shouldn't we?
We should. It was very rude of you.
Tell us about it.
I had it, well, when I first found it, it was very black in a black cupboard, and it was too late to ask anyone about it. So
Why? Was it an inherited piece?
It's an inherited piece, and it was inherited from someone who died very, very long ago.
Oh.
And that was my stepfather, who came from Germany, and it was his. So then my mother
Does that
had
help
it
you?
and passed on it. So I had it valued. I thought, no, this isn't a piece of junk, and I thought it was a cup until I moved it, and then found out it's two pieces.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Hey, hang on a moment. That's quite interesting.
I'm fascinated.
Okay, so is it a drinking cup?
Well, I thought it maybe is a marriage cup, but I actually went online, Value My Stuff, and they found that they don't go together. It's not a pair, which was even more surprising.
Sounds odd.
And that they're about 100 years apart. And they're both from Nuremberg. Interesting. And one they thought was very Middle Ages, and it might be the turban perhaps is.
Hang on, they thought
correct.
Middle Ages as in manufactured
Manufacture.
in the Middle Ages.
I'm fascinated.
And they thought one was maybe 1500, another one 15,
Yeah, the Nuremberg
15,
might be.
1600. And I wondered if the turban might be, someone of Nazareth,
Well,
biblical.
Could be,
Yeah.
couldn't it?
Because it's all very religious.
Can I have
all of it's
hold on.
very religious, isn't it?
Very.
I would be absolutely amazed, Charlie, if either of those two pieces were medieval. I would say they were 19th century in the style of, would you not?
I would, particularly because of the thinness. I
Yeah.
would have expected them to be thicker if they were earlier. But I'm just fascinated. That is the perfect fit, isn't it? Pretty much.
But isn't that the perfect item that really kind of sums up the world of antiques?
Totally. But it had something to touch. I really liked touching it. I knew it was good. And I'd love to take some photos and do some research.
I'd leave it with you.
Because I do know a friend of mine who deals in Middle Ages and this much earlier silver, and he will know exactly what these marks are all about.
Shall we do that? And if it turns out to be anything interesting, we can do a follow-up video.
Yes.
Yeah, a bit like your Chinese piece.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I won't be doing the valuing. Don't you worry about that. How wonderful. Thank you very much.
Lovely day.
Before we go, though, how much did they say it was worth?
They thought it would probably be more of a continental market, and because they thought they didn't go together, somewhere between 800 and 1500 pounds.
Yeah,
Okay.
Because I think that if it's as early as you say, and we'll find out, it'll be more. But probably you don't show anyone that at all, and you just go with that to start with, and then we'll do that separately. And Otherwise, you're saying they're wrong. That isn't wrong. It's absolutely correct, and that's correct.
That's a very good point.
And it looks as though they're separate
Totally,
now, but before I pulled them apart, I think they fitted together much better before I first pulled them apart.
Yeah.
And now I can't quite get them exactly together again because there
Let's
was
not
no
force
gap.
the issue.
But Charlie, what a very good point. You've got something that has been married together and is wrong in the world of antiques.
Yeah.
Separate them and you've got two right pieces.
Correct. Therefore, you have two values to deal with.
Brilliant. Well, Charlie and Wick Antiques are masters at research. So if there's anything interesting to be discovered, Charlie will discover it.
I will be sending that to a friend of mine who's an ex-British Museum researcher. I'll get it photographed properly, and we'll get a nice little essay written up on it for you.
Fantastic.
Brilliant.
Thank you so much.
And I'm on 20%, just so you know.
Of nothing.